Welcome back, stinkers, to another movie review. Now, today I thought I would get on and give you my quick thoughts on the movie Mercy, which is actually a movie I saw in theaters couple months back. I just never got around to doing a review. I thought I would do one real quick. Let's dive into it. So, I'd never had the highest of expectations. I thought this movie could be a good time at the theaters, and that it was. I thought the concept of the film was interesting, and it really does hook you at the beginning of the film. If you did not know, the film follows Detective Chris Raven being charged for the murder of his wife. Except this isn't your traditional court case, it's case number 19 of Mercy Court. You are strapped to a chair and you have 90 minutes to prove that you're innocent. You get any sort of camera footage or evidence at your fingerprints and you present them to the AI judge. Again, an interesting concept, right? The commentary on AI I thought was interesting and definitely relevant for today's times, but also at times it was uninteresting. And I couldn't care all that much about the AI commentary. I mostly just cared for the characters and really what was happening on the screen at that moment, not what was leading up to it, not what could possibly be, just what's happening now. I have to say, Chris Pratt gives a pretty decent performance. Not the best, but I will say I love Chris Pratt and I will watch about anything that he's in, which is everything. Anyways, I even found myself a bit at the edge of my seat. It was suspenseful at times, and the film really finds a way to make you feel connected to the characters. We start to gain a connection just like Judge Maddox does, but it barely goes so far. I do think that the chemistry that Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson had was surprisingly fun and even a little bittersweet at times. I genuinely wanted to see where those two go, but that's all I could say. Now, while these are things that quite frankly surprise me, there are, of course, some things that are going to bog the film down. The film has some very questionable lines of dialogue and some off story and stylistic choices that I didn't necessarily like. They were just simply there for the convenience of the story. For example, whenever Chris Pratt is on FaceTime with that cop, the cop will remain on FaceTime the whole time, even in pursuit of a potential suspect. I just thought it was silly and unrealistic. That cop character is really the only one I didn't like. The rest of the characters were fine, decent. Now, the movie's format is something called a screen life movie, where everything we see takes place on a screen. Chris Pratt is stuck in that chair for 90% of the film, and the only thing we see are the very same things that Chris Pratt is seeing at that time. This might remind you of last year's War of the Worlds, starring Ice Cube. One of the worst movies of all time. So bad. So I don't want to talk about it. Not a good look for this type of storytelling, is it? I will say my favorite Screen Life movie isn't even a movie. It's that one episode of Modern Family. I still think it's great. I will give Mercy credit, however. The use of Screen Life in the movie was actually somewhat creative, and I think it did pretty well for the genre, but it never exceeds it. So at the end of the day, Chris Pratt is good, like he is in almost everything. The same goes for Rebecca Ferguson as well. This movie is a fun experience that might even leave you on the edge of your seat sometimes. There's just some odd choices behind the scenes, and I'm like, okay, that would never happen. It's just silly. That is why I give Mercy a 6 out of 10. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch yet another one of my reviews, especially this one so late. Will you check out this movie on streaming? I think now that it's on streaming, I think I would recommend so. And I can't wait to see you at the next movie. Make sure you like and subscribe for more reviews like this. Don't forget to tune into the Marvel Marathon as well as soon as that kicks off. So until next time, stinkers, bye bye.